Hi there, I'm Chris-Rachael of Kitchen Overlord, author of Dining with the Doctor, the unauthorized Whovian cookbook. You know, this was my first cookbook, and since then, I've written An Unexpected Cookbook, the unofficial book of Hobbit cookery, Wood for Sheep, the unofficial Settlers cookbook, Steam Drunks, 101 Steampunk Cocktails and Mixed Drinks, and most recently, Kitchen Overlord's Illustrated Geek Cookbook with Tom Gordon. And you know what? Writing these 5 books, I have learned a lot. The first edition of Dining with the Doctor was a labor of love, and let's be honest, it shows. The new, revised and expanded Dining with the Doctor Regenerated, on the other hand, will show you what happens when someone who loves Doctor Who as much as I do spends 4 years learning my craft so I can give my fellow Whovians the cookbook that we all deserve. So, what does revised and expanded mean, I'm sure you're wondering? Well, the first edition had 1 recipe for every episode of series 1 through 6. Dining with the Doctor Regenerated will have 2 entire more chapters, recipes for every episode of series 1 through 8, which means we'll take you all the way from Eccleston to Capaldi. Each recipe also includes a little bit of a recap. Now, instead of organizing our Whovian cookbook by breakfast, lunch, and dinner like normal people, I believe that there should be no spoilers, sweeties. So the recipes are in the order that the episodes were aired. That way, new Whovians who you've managed to get on with Netflix so that you can have some more people to talk to about the show will be able to watch all the way through without any risk of spoilers and still cook along with the book. For those of you who already own the first edition, and I'm just going to pause here, man, and say thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. I have listened to your feedback. I've read reviews on Amazon and on Goodreads, and you're right. Some of the recipes in the first edition are lame. Of the original 100, I'm keeping 60 of the best and replacing all the rest with better ones, including a lot more of your #1 request, more iconic aliens. While I'm at it, a lot of folks have pointed out that Doctor Who is a family show, and when they're flipping through the episode recaps with their kids, they really want the whole family to be able to make any recipe they see. So I'm moving all the cocktails to their own separate chapter and replacing them in the main body of the text with brand new recipes for those episodes. Now, like all of my cookbooks, Dining with the Doctor Regenerated will also have an index broken down by dietary restrictions. So if you have celiac disease, if you're lactose intolerant, like me, if you're a vegan, or plenty of other things, you can easily find recipes that'll fit your specific diet, because there is a place for everyone around the big Whovian table. I'm also adding brand new recipes to the popular bonus chapter for fish fingers and custard, and if we hit one of our more ambitious stretch goals, there'll also be brand new recipes for the 8th Doctor, the War Doctor, and maybe even a whole new chapter just for Dalektastic soufflés. Now, I want to be able to give you all of this no matter what, but printing full-color cookbooks is expensive. If you check out my Kickstarter for the Illustrated Geek Cookbook, I have a financial breakdown of the complete expenses, which will give you guys some small idea just how much it costs to print a quality book. That one cost nearly $20,000, and it was only half the length of Dining with the Doctor Regenerated. The more pages it has, the more it's going to cost to print a full-color book, and there's just no way I can get around that. I really, really want to give you all 140 recipes and at least 100 photos, so please share this with any of your Whovian friends who enjoy crafting in the kitchen. In fact, that crazy 5-figure printing cost is why I published the first edition using CreateSpace. Now, don't get me wrong. CreateSpace is great for, say, black and white trade paperbacks, but the interior paper quality just isn't up to cookbook standards. I didn't let that bug me too much because honestly, when I submitted this book to publishers, they said I was crazy. They said there's absolutely no market for a Doctor Who cookbook. So I thought, well, okay, why not self-publish my labor of love? Maybe 300 people would buy it, and after all, let's be honest, Doctor Who fans are pretty used to fan productions that have about the same quality level as, you know, the original series itself. And instead, oh my God, people, you guys bought over 20,000 copies in 2 years. That's a big difference from 300. You blew me away with your response. And let's be honest, when I thought I'd only sell about a room party's worth of books, I wasn't that worried about the paper quality and things like that. But over 20,000? You deserve better. Doctor Who deserves better. The new book will be printed professionally with all new high-quality interior photos, incidental art from Tom Gordon, all on high-quality cookbook paper. And if I raise enough money with the Kickstarter, it'll even be a hardback. You deserve an impressive book that you can pull off of your shelf and show to other geeks and say, this, right here, this is how awesome my fandom is. I have learned so much writing and publishing my newer books, and now I'm ready to give you the Doctor Who cookbook that you deserve.